Gentlemen, welcome to the CTV Update for September 20th, 2023, our last summer broadcast, because next week, Friday, turns into fall, right?
Beautiful out
Yeah,
here.
so this is the last one, and leaves haven't changed yet, but I just wanted to open up, want to thank you, the viewers. When we first started doing these, I was happy to get 100 hits, maybe 80 hits, and 90 hits, and all of a sudden it grew to 150 and then 180, and then we started doing an instructional series and it grew to about 220, and then a rule series and it grew to about 230, 240. So last week I'm looking at the number of views, 500 hits. And I said, well, that can't, I understand that people are looking at it several times because it's time stamped and stuff like that. That's fine, but they were doing that before. So what's the increase? And then I started looking at the analytics, and people, we're getting views from all over the world. We're getting views from the United States, from United Kingdom, from India, and I understand that some of these are from remote servers and stuff like that, but some of them are actual views that we're getting. So we're getting out there, and I want to thank you for your loyalty, and we'll continue to provide as good service as we can. Things are getting a little slower this time of year because things are winding down, and of course at the end of October we go to our monthly broadcast. But thank you once again, and thank you for supporting us.
With all those different continents chiming in, maybe we need a new international out-of-town membership, John. What do you think?
Hey, that would work for me, and maybe we can. But I think it was surprising when I looked at it. I got to tell you, I was just shocked because we basically doubled our viewership in 1 week. It might be an anomaly. Hopefully it's not. But yeah, great. Hey, listen, we had a big event here on Sunday, Women's Captain's Challenge. I was here. Everybody's excited. Hey, tell us about it.
Women's Captain's Challenge. It was great, John. Last Sunday, we hosted, there was 50 participants, 50 women signed up. It was a great event. It was a 3 club plus putter challenge. It was a 9-hole shotgun. We had it at 3:30 in the afternoon. It was a great day. We had food stations, we had drink stations. The women had a blast. It was all in support of the CNI dogs, which we had a representative from there to come and see us. We raised $3,750 in dollars, $3,750 for the charity. It was amazing. Everyone was opening up their wallets and providing some funds, and it was a great day. Really, really great day.
There's a lot of good news today, and that's just one of them. The women, I've said this before, they sure know how to do it right. I tell you, they organize well, and they looked like they were having a blast here when I was here. So. Okay, we also had a big tournament on Tuesday, and it's a big tournament for us. There's a lot going on Tuesday because I know the Sens had their big tournament. I think it was at Lockmarsh, and we had probably the bigger tournament here, the Costco Tournament, which is huge. Tell us about how that went.
We did. So yesterday was our annual Costco event, and just to give you a little idea, Costco takes up 5 golf courses to run their event. So we're part of 4 other golf courses, and it was a great day. We had 130 golfers out on the golf course. Mother Nature was testing us a little bit. It was raining in the morning, and keep in mind this is a morning shotgun, so it's 9 a.m. It was raining right up until the start of the shotgun, but then Mother Nature cooperated. The rain stopped. They had a great time. It was great. They all had breakfast here at the club. They played golf, and then a lot of these people were then heading back to Toronto or America and all that. But it's an international event. It's huge, and so we're very happy to host them. A great day for the club revenue wise. They are spending just over 20 grand in revenue for the club. So it's a very, very good day.
Wow, very good news. Even though I had to miss my game yesterday, I'll take it for 20 grand. Any other company wants to give us 20 grand, I'll miss my game that day. That's no problem. Okay, like this, we're kind of winding things down. I said before, we got a lot of closings. Let's go over. I can go over the men's closing. It's September 30th. If you're a men's league member, you'll be getting a on Thursday, tomorrow, something from me indicating all the information about the close. But registration for that is now open. And so you go ahead and register. If you're having difficulty with the registration process, contact the Pro Shop. They'll make sure you get everybody registered. What are some of the other closings?
Well, before the men's league closing, we have our honeypot closing taking place this Sunday afternoon.
Oh, okay.
So honeypot closing, it's a 1:30 shotgun. So we have the morning shotgun for all the members at 8:30 in the morning. It's our last morning shotgun of the year. And then the afternoon will be the honeypot closing. And then we have our various, we have our Saturday ladies closing coming up on October 1st. We have our Tuesday AM, Tuesday PM closings on October 3rd. All throughout the next week, we'll have all our closing events.
Yeah, senior men's and satellites also.
Yep.
We'll put up the closing dates for those as well. I hear we have some wonderful news regarding membership. I was talking to Cam this morning, and I met an old colleague of mine at well, not old. We're a little bit older than we were, but a colleague of mine that I worked with at St. Paul's High School. And I said, "Hey, Joanne, how are you?" I just joined, and I'm starting to see all these new members around the course. Hey, tell us the good news here.
It's been really neat, John. We had your colleague and a few members join on our prorated program in July and August, which was really great. And even more exciting, it's been the last couple of weeks. Of course, we welcome those members. It's been fantastic, but we have 15 new gold members over the past couple of weeks, and that includes 9 new individuals to the club, as well as 6 trial members that have already converted from trial to gold. Many of the membership watching this video has probably seen our fall promotion on social media, and that requires a non-refundable $1,000 deposit. It goes in full towards 2024 dues for the gold membership, and it's been popular. We're seeing an uptick in obviously confirmed members. Lots are playing prospective rounds coming to the club, and it's nice to see some good momentum with the membership going into next year.
I saw the Facebook post saying free golf for the rest of the year. So if they sign up now, they get to play for free for the rest of this year. Is that correct?
Exactly. Yeah, good value, and there's a little bit of space in the tee sheet this fall to allow for that, and it's a nice perk for our new gold members signing up.
Okay, so if you're not a member of Carleton and you are watching this and you are thinking of joining a private club, I want to give you one good reason that everybody will tell you that's either been here or is here now. This is a very social club. We started out as a social club, and it's been that way for the last 60 years. We're very welcoming. There are no cliques or things like that here. You can play with virtually anybody, and they'll enjoy your company. So if you're looking for that type of atmosphere, this is a place for you. I'm not going to even talk about the conditions because they're outstanding. They always have been, and they always will be as long as Joel's here anyway. And but in terms of the social aspect of this club and the reason why you want to get involved in the club in the first place, I'm telling you, this is the place to be. So if you're watching and you're undecided, hopefully you'll make that decision to join, even on a trial, if you can get in. Is there enough room on trials to get in right now?
We are accepting applications for 2024 trial as well.
Don't believe me? Give it a try. Give it a try and try some of the leagues. The event schedule is packed. There are leagues, there are events, there's things going on all the time. So just my little spiel about that for you.
And John, don't forget, our biggest source of new members is through our existing members.
Yep.
So, we have a great referral program. And, for members who are thinking about maybe getting their neighbors or some family members signing up, please contact us, contact Cameron, go through all the details, and we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. So I hear we have some information coming out to members in the next little while. What is it?
For sure. October's almost here. It's hard to believe. And with that is our annual general meeting, of course. And the board has been very, very hard at work. We just wrapped up our September board meeting. And as always, there'll be a notice with the full package for the AGM that'll come out next week, towards the end of the week, and that'll include all the management and committee reports, as well as an announcement for the October AGM date.
Great. That's and in keeping with that, I got a note from Michelle Gosselin last night about access to the board minutes. Who wants to talk about that?
Yeah, I'd be happy to speak to that, John. So we've continued to update those rapidly, including the draft minutes on the website, but we added a quick link, a little bit more of a direct link. So once you log into the website, if you go to the top of the message of the day, you can click on the link to take you to the board minutes, just to keep everyone up and informed leading into the AGM.
It's wonderful. That's good news. And anything we can get more information out to people, that's always good news. Cameron, last week we did a segment on distance wedges, which we're going to show today. I'll talk about that after you look at it. Well, good morning, Cameron. I'm here with you today on the 18th hole. And today we're going to be talking about this shot here, which is a 50-yard shot and then maybe a 70-yard shot. It's not a full swing. We're using a wedge, but boy, I have a hard time with these things. How do you hit these shots? How do you guess the distance? You don't guess the distance, you know the distance, but how do you alter your swing so that you can dial it into that distance?
Yeah, it's a great way to save shots, to be able to knock this close and have a putt for par or birdie. Step one, we definitely recommend a rangefinder so that you can accurately know your yardage on these in-between distance wedge shots. For me, I think something that our membership can start doing, if they haven't already, is developing a baseline mid-length swing. So this is something that we can work on, where we're controlling a comfortable distance, where we bring our lead arm and our hands back, so it's not quite a full swing. For me, I've got a really good baseline 60-yard shot, and then from there, do some practice on the range in a lesson, right, with TrackMate in the winter. Develop that baseline. For some members, it might be 45 or it could be 65, and then from there, we can alter our swing, make our swing a little bit shorter when required or a little bit longer.
Well, if you just go back to that swing again, if I look at a face of a clock, I would say that first swing was at 9 o'clock, correct? That arm here?
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, so that's your baseline is at 9, and then you work from there. What you do is you work from there with that one club. What club are we using for you?
Well, I've got my sand wedge, so
okay,
that's...
okay, so let's say you take your favorite iron there, either a sand wedge or a 52 or something, and you work that baseline first. Is that correct? And you do that on the practice facility?
Correct, yeah. The baseline halfway 9 o'clock swing on the clock is really effective. The next step is you can add in other elements on the clock, right? You can add in the short, add in the 7:30, add in the 11 o'clock. But step one, develop that baseline. With the impact position, we'd like to see a good amount of shaft lean. A lot of the better players are flighting these wedges fairly low. We're not flipping our hands, not having active hands and hitting these way up in the sky. So it's important, a great lesson topic, to make sure you have a little bit of shaft lean through the impact location to hit these wedges the distance you want to.
Okay, so what's this distance here we have now?
So we've got about 55 yards. We'll just verify here. So we've got 56 into the wind, and the pin is at the front of the green, up in the air just slightly, so I'm going to try to fly this about 60 yards.
Okay, and what's your baseline shot with that sand wedge? When you go back to your baseline, do you know how far you would normally hit it?
Yeah, for me, this is the feeling of 9 o'clock. So this is a comfortable distance for me, and I'll try and replicate.
So this distance for you is 50 yards with a 9 o'clock swing. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's see you do this. Maybe I should get a face-on swing. Yeah. Oops, just gonna move it forward a bit. Now we couldn't show you that result, but it's like a foot away from the pin. So you got that dialed in. You know exactly the distance to hit that ball.
It's a comfortable yardage for me for sure.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a fun shot to practice.
Okay, Cameron, I'm telling you, I went out and I get to see these a week. I do these a week before. I've been wearing different clothes now, and you can tell I did this a week earlier. So I get to try this stuff out, and I'm telling you, it works. It works. The distance wedges, and what I found out too, I didn't always have to use my sand wedge. I like the 9 o'clock position. So maybe I take another club if I have to hit it a bit farther, and another club if even farther, and maybe another club if I have to get closer, because it seems to be my swing rhythm is better when I go at 9 o'clock. Is that something that you should be cognizant of?
Definitely. I think it's a great starting point for our membership. A good way to create some different distances is to try it with different clubs, and you get comfortable, and you can really dial in those attack wedges and lower your score.
Well, what I started doing is I started taking my rangefinder out, saying, okay, that's 80 yards. Okay, I'll try a 90 yards with my 52 degrees, see where it goes. And oh, that was short. So I wrote that down. I said, okay, I was short at 9 o'clock, so I need more club. Maybe I need a pitching wedge for that one. So I started keeping track of it, and sooner or later I started catching on, and I was getting the distances right. And sometimes a little left, a little right, but I was on the green, which is really good.
Spot on. And leading in, if you can't get all that work done this fall, depending on the conditions in your time, TrackMan in the winter, phenomenal way to test each club. Take a little cheat sheet, right? Jot down those numbers, and then you're totally dialed in with a few different clubs going into the spring. We're here to help you with that, of course.
Thank you very much. Super. Tyler,
Yes.
I let you go last week. I said, okay, you're going to get a week off. What are you going to do for me this week, Tyler? What are you going to do for me, Tyler?
Well, John, you know, I can't go a week without coming up with a creative idea. We are happy to offer our Srixon promo, all in stock Srixon golf balls are half price until the end of the month.
I got to tell you, this is a great deal. I know a lot of guys that use these Srixons. Steve Arrowsmith, are you listening? Are you listening, Steve? Here is your deal right now. You got money in the pro shop. A lot of you guys in men's league have money in the pro shop. You don't even know it. You could probably pick one of these up just for the money you've won already. Srixon golf balls.
So just to give you an idea, so our Srixon soft field golf ball usually retails for $30 a dozen. They're down to $15 a dozen. With the fall season on the horizon, we all know that when those leaves are on the ground, sometimes those golf balls go missing a little bit quicker than usual. So it's a great deal, $15 a dozen. You can't go wrong.
Tyler, I said give them a deal. I didn't say give them away. $15 a dozen. Are you kidding me? That's fantastic. And I just spoke to a friend of mine, a colleague of mine in there, who took us up on the putter fitting. He looked at our video and said, you know, I've replaced every other club in our bag except the putter, the most important club. We did a thing here. We're the most important club is a putter. So he went out, got a putter fitting, got a new putter. Good for you. That's exactly why we're here, why we do it, and you guys did a great job. This morning, Tyler and I did a segment on the out-of-bounds options. I've always been confused about the new one, and you know, where you can do it and where you can apply it, where you can take the ball from out of bounds and put it in the fairway, and what it's going to cost you, and under what conditions do you do that under. So I want you to watch that now. Okay, Tyler, I'm on the 18th. I just hit my drive, and I'm pretty sure it's out of bounds.
Oh, no.
But I don't know. Not sure. It went into that bush there. I hit it pretty hard.
Yep.
Over those trees over there, and it could be over somebody's fence in somebody's backyard. What are my options from here?
So John, this is a great example. If you can't see where your ball landed, if there's a chance, I mean, there's a chance that it's still in play, but there is a chance that it might be out of bounds, or there's just a chance simply you won't find it, whether it's in bounds or not. This is where we always want to make sure we hit a provisional. before we leave the teeing deck.
Okay, so I would hit a second ball, and when I hit a provisional, by the way, is there a proper way to hit a provisional?
Yes, there is. So before leaving the teeing ground, you want to announce to your playing partners that you're hitting a provisional. If you just went to your bag, grabbed another ball without announcing, and you hit that ball, by the rules of golf, that ball is now in play 3 off the tee.
Okay. But I hear there's another option for us. I hear that if we kind of get an idea where the ball went, we're not sure it's out of bounds,
Right.
but we see it. We did see it.
Yeah.
What is the other option for us?
Right, so John, there is a new rule. It's for local play. It's not for club championships, not for tournaments. But if you weren't sure, so if you hit a good tee shot and it's a little bit heading the left side, maybe in the trees, and you go up and you cannot find your ball, there is now a local rule, or not, well, there's a rule in golf that allows you to place your ball back into the fairway, 2 club lengths into the fairway on the line that it went, where you most likely would have seen it go out of bounds or couldn't find it, with a 3-shot penalty.
Okay, so I would have to announce that and not shoot a provisional then, is that correct? If I elect to choose that rule for a 3-shot penalty,
Right.
so I'm lying 3, right?
That's right. You'd be line
4.
You'd be line 4. Yeah.
Lying 4.
Yeah.
So I would have to announce, I want to lie 4, I want to go to where my ball is, I do not hit a provisional, is that correct?
Well, right. So you wouldn't be hitting. So in this situation, you're assuming you're going to find the ball, and then you end up not finding the ball. So then, yes, you can invoke this rule. Otherwise, if you're at the tee ground and if you're not sure, play a provisional. If you do play a provisional, and then you can't find your first ball, you can't then re-invoke the rule and just drop one in the fairway. That wouldn't make. That would not be allowed.
Okay, all right. So that's so that new rule is if you're not sure, you think you'll find it, you can't find it, must be out of bounds, then I can invoke the rule. That saves time to go back to the tee
It
box.
saves time. Yes.
Okay. On the provisional, I hit my provisional. I didn't hit it very far. I still want to check to see my ball's out of bounds. Do I have to go check to see if the ball's out of bounds, then come back and hit my provisional if I don't find it? Or can I hit my provisional and then go check if I haven't reached it yet?
So great question, John. So for pace of play, if your original ball, if your first ball was, say, maybe 250 yards out, but you're not sure if you're going to find it, and then your provisional is shorter than that, you are allowed to hit your second shot with the provisional, leading up to then looking for your original ball.
Okay, again, to save time.
To save time.
Okay, but once the provisional is past the spot
Right.
where you think your ball went out of bounds, you can't hit that unless you've declared that in play.
That's correct. That's correct.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, okay, let's take it from there. And good rule on out of bounds. And there's a whole bunch of variations, but I just wanted to point out that one option you have. If you think it's in bounds, you go, you find out it's either not in bounds or you can't find it. You can invoke even if you can't find the ball.
Yeah, anywhere. If you can't find it, if you declare it lost. Yeah.
Declare it lost. You can still put it in the fairway, 2 club lengths in, and it's a 3-shot penalty.
Well, 2 shots, but you're playing your.
Yeah. 2-shot penalty.
Yeah. So
Okay.
your tee shot would be 1, and then 2 penalty shots. So then you'd be playing your 4th shot in.
playing the 4th shot.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
Thanks a lot, Tyler. That was a wonderful segment, and it cleared up a lot of things for me, and in terms of when you can use that new option. Now, that rule, is that applied right directly for every type of play? Because I don't remember mentioning anybody in men's league or anything like that, although I think next year I'll make it clear that you can do that.
So you're right, Joel. So every club has the option to invoke that rule or not. It becomes a club local rule. Right now we have it set for casual play, so it does not come into play for leagues or championships or any of our events. That's always up to the conveners whether or not they want to introduce it or not. But for casual play, it helps with speed of play. It means you don't have to go all the way back to the tee if you can't find your ball. Now, we always recommend hit a provisional. If there's a chance that your ball might not be found, hit a provisional so you don't have to come back. But this is in lieu of hitting a provisional.
Well, I think for speed of play, because we have so many members, I think I'm going to seriously consider it next year, and I think it's a good option. All right, our final topic of the day. my favorite place to be in this club, the kitchen.
Thanks, John. Some great new specials this week. We have Carleton combo pizza with onions, pepperoni, bacon, green olives. We have a roasted parsnip salad, an Italian sausage gemelli pasta, some braised beef tacos. I think that'll be a good one tonight.
Yeah, very good.
For men's league, and then we have a Greek salmon and greens with some rice and broccoli, as well as strawberry shortcake trifle.
Oh.
Strawberry shortcake. Where is he getting strawberries this time of year? That guy's brilliant in there. I tell you, I don't know how he does it. Gentlemen, I want to thank you very much. And hey, guys, until next week, play well.